Hi, so this video is basically gonna be about how to buy concert tickets. And I know that sounds weird, like obviously you click the link and you hope for the best, but it's a very stressful thing to kind of try and buy tickets, especially if you really want to go to the concert. And I think that's typically, how you feel if you're buying tickets. You really want to make sure you have tickets and that you leave that website with tickets. So I have a couple of tips because I have bought many tickets and it is a very stressful kind of action, kind of time, and so kind of some tips on how to really ensure that you are going to get those tickets. So the first thing is presale codes. If you find out that one of the musicians or bands that you want to see have presale codes, that they're going to be sending out presale codes, find out how you can get like presale codes. So most of the time now it's you just have to sign up for their newsletter and then that's it, because most bands don't really have a fan club anymore. It used to be if you are part of the fan club you get exclusive presale, but now it's just sign up for our newsletter and you will get presale code. And yeah, but there's other ways to get presale codes. You can get like a Ticketmaster presale code. Like if you, I don't really know how you get it. I think for me, I get Ticketmaster presale codes because I have a Ticketmaster account. I'm not quite sure. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but there are multiple presales. You can get multiple presale codes because sometimes one presale. It is possible to get more than one presale code. So like if you have like a Live Nation presale code and then you have the band's website presale code, you can use multiple ones. But yeah, presale codes are very nice. So the actual presale, basically, what my number one thing about presales, like buying during presale, is that just because it gets sold out during presale does not mean the entire concert is sold out. They put out only a couple, a limited amount of tickets for presale, and when those limited amount of tickets are sold, that's when it's sold out. But the entire concert is not sold out until general admission, like general public, are able to buy the tickets. So yeah. So if you don't get a presale code, if you don't get the tickets that you wanted during presale, that's fine. So now in general, buying tickets, make sure you have an account and to the ticket buying website that you're using. So most of the time it's Ticketmaster or Live Nation, and then like for a lot of the smaller bands, it might be like Axis and stuff like that, or Ticketfly I've used before. So just make sure you have an account. But for most of the smaller bands, you don't have a presale, and you don't really need to stress out about, am I gonna get a ticket? Most of the time, it's for Ticketmaster and Live Nation. So make sure you have an account to that, to wherever they're selling the tickets. At least 15 minutes before the tickets go on sale, that you're signed in, because it just makes everything smoother. Because once you get I've had this happen before where I got tickets, and it was all good, but then I signed in, and then it said error. And then I lost the seats, and it was terrible. So even before tickets go on sale, that I am signed in and I don't have to experience that ever again, and I get the tickets that I actually want. You can use multiple devices. So sometimes if I'm really intensely trying to buy tickets, like when I was buying my 5 Seconds of Summer tickets, I use my iPad, I use my phone, and I use like multiple tabs on my laptop, because the more that you have open, the more kind of chances you get to get in, if that makes any sense. Because I know that they have a countdown, like you have this many minutes left. But sometimes don't trust that most of the time. Sometimes a tab you open later than another tab gets in sooner than another tab, if that makes any sense. It's just the internet. You can't really trust it. It's typically, especially if it's a very popular concert, it's typically glitchy for the first 10 to 20 minutes. Like, it'll tell you, oh, there's no more there's no more tickets, you can sorry, we can't help you, or something like that. Don't panic, because I don't think the tickets have sold out that quickly unless it's Adele, which was a terrifying experience. I did that. None of my tips worked for Adele. All 7 of her Madison Square Garden shows. But anyway, for regular non-Adele concerts, just these tips will work. But anyway, typically, if it's a popular concert, it's glitchy for the first 10 to 20 minutes. So I like to keep opening tabs. I don't know if that's just me. That's just like a weird habit I do. I just like to keep opening tabs just in case the first one I have is a glitchy one. I don't know if that makes any sense. So in the end, if you've done all these things and you unfortunately did not get the tickets, like what happened to me for Adele, typically I know exactly what to do to get tickets, but for Adele, just it didn't work out. There's too many, even for every show, she's playing like Madison Square Garden for like a week, and I got nothing. Anyway, if that situation happens to you and you have no more chances, 2 scenarios. There's no more chances of getting the ticket that you want. For example, like if you really want like a front row ticket or like a non-balcony ticket, but all of the bottom seats are gone, I just buy whatever ticket is left just so that you're there, and then you can just stalk StubHub to see if anyone's selling the ticket that you actually want, and then you can sell the ticket that you originally bought on StubHub. And then the second situation is where it's completely sold out. There's nothing left. That's when you also go to StubHub or Twitter or Tumblr. There's people always selling stuff. I mean, it might be a little bit or a lot more like above the price that it was originally being sold for. Most of the time it is, unless you're a kind soul like me, who whenever I sell my tickets, I just sell them for the price that I bought them, because I don't really care. But there's a lot of people who sell like $70 tickets for like $300. But that's pretty much your only options. I would go more for Twitter and Tumblr if you really, really, really don't want to pay that much above like retail price, because on Twitter it's more personable than on StubHub, because most of the time StubHub it's like scalpers, and Twitter and Tumblr are actual fans who maybe they found better tickets or they couldn't make it. Like what you can do is, I know for 5 Seconds of Summer I did this. There's like 5 Seconds of Summer Twitter like ticket help or something like that, but there's probably other, even just like fan pages in general on Twitter or Tumblr. You can just at them, tag them and say, hey, I'm looking for tickets, do you think you could have your followers get back to me if they're selling any tickets, that kind of thing. And that's kind of the most optimistic way to kind of find sold out tickets for not 100 times above the price. So yeah, those are my tips on how to buy concert tickets. Obviously they're not going to work all the time, and I know that's such a horrible thing to say. It's like, why am I watching this if it's not going to work all the time? But it's just kind of like, I guess if you're not much of a concert goer and then you have a concert that you really, really want to go to, these are tips to kind of better ensure that you get those tickets. So yeah, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.